Hey coach, if you know you need to be doing team bonding with your team because they're not going to bond themselves, but you're not sure where to start, this video is for you. I'm going over my 3 low lift, high reward team bonding activities that I love to do at the beginning of the season or really anytime during the season to make sure you're building teams that trust one another. Let's get into it. Number 1, very low lift, question of the day. I know it sounds like way too simple to actually work, but it does. So how I love to do it is I come up with a question of the day at the beginning of practice. I have my teams split up into groups. I actually have my leaders in charge of something called squads. So they're in charge of 5 to 6 people, a little group that they're in charge of for the season. And I have them answer the question of the day. And it can be as surface level as you could eat any meal for the rest of your life. What would it be? Like super simple like that. And then it gets a little bit deeper, a little bit more interesting as we go. Some things like choose a scar on your body and tell the story behind it. Who's somebody that you look up to in your life? Like things like that. So they go from kind of surface level to deeper and deeper and deeper as the season goes on. And it's a great way just to build connection with players. I mix up the groups. They start in their squads, but sometimes I'll have them share in different grouping scenarios so that we're breaking up cliques. And it just allows them to share with one another, connect with one another. And especially if you coach a girls team, this is super important because if they don't trust each other, they're not going to play well with each other. And in order to trust each other, they have to know each other. So this is a very low lift way to do that without a lot of pressure, a lot of time. Like everybody has 5 minutes to just plug in a question of the day. Okay, my other low lift is our plug and play elite mental game for teams. So if you've been around our world, you know that we are experts in mental training. I'm a mental performance coach. I've also been a head volleyball coach for the past 14 years. I've won 4 state titles as a coach, and mental training really is my secret sauce. And it is the thing that I started implementing in my team about 6 seasons ago because we kept losing games that we, quote, shouldn't have because of mental errors. We would be up, we'd, be 2 points away from winning the match, and we'd lose the whole thing. And physically, we were talented enough to do really well, but mentally, we were not there. And I had to look at myself as the coach and realize I should probably start training some of this. And what I found was that training the mental side of the game wasn't actually just to give them mental skills. It also allowed my team to bond and connect with one another. And I went the harder route. I became a mental performance coach to teach these skills to my team. You don't have to do that. So we have a very simple program. It's called Plug and Play Elite Mental Game for Teams. You literally get your team together, press play, 3-minute videos, all the way up to about 15-minute videos, depending on the week. They watch the video together. You have a short discussion question to throw out to the team after, and they get into either a group or a small group or share within their small team the answer to that. What's really cool is that these athletes, when they're sharing these things in groups about their experience, they're no longer alone because every athlete thinks that they're the only one to deal with pressure, to get mad at themselves after a mistake and not be able to come back. Like they all think they're alone in that when really they're not. Everybody experiences that. So when they share those things, they're now building trust with each other because they're being a little bit more vulnerable with each other. And Plug and Play Elite Mental Game, just this container, allows them to be able to do that. I carve out just 20 minutes a week to do that. And if you're like, 20 minutes a week, that's kind of a lot. I'll tell you right now, you're probably spending more than that trying to get your players' heads back in the game, coaching the emotional side of the game. Like this actually frees you up as a coach and allows you to coach what you want to coach, which is the sport, rather than trying to get them, to believe in themselves again and to shake it off. Like when they have the skills to be able to do that themselves, you're coaching that less or trying to coach that less, and you get to do more of what you want to do. It actually frees up your time more. So that's what we do. It's almost like a killing 2 birds with 1 stone situation because they're getting mental skills and they're connecting with each other. So if you want to learn more about how to do that, go to our free training. It's at coachfreetraining.com. I break down the simple mental training skills that I do with my team every week. And then you can also learn about Plug and Play Elite Mental Game for Teams and get a discount on the program. All right, number 3, I love this. We do a freshman meal as soon as we form teams in the beginning of the season. So within the first couple of days, we got teams formed, and our upperclassmen, typically these squad leaders, serve breakfast or lunch or dinner, depending on what we're doing that season, to the underclassmen. So they prepare it, they serve them, and it kind of reflects this leadership model that the higher you go in our program, the more leadership responsibility you have and the more responsibility you have to serve underclassmen. And so we also use this as an opportunity to share more about our team values and what the mission of our program is and what the expectations are. And it actually comes a lot better coming from from the leaders than from you as a coach. So I do still share at this team meal some things from my coach perspective, but honestly, I let my leaders, I prepare them ahead of time, and they talk about the expectations of the program and what it means to be a river volleyball player. And it's a really special event to kind of welcome the incoming class in, and also the returners that aren't upperclassmen, and also an opportunity to give our leaders a voice and an opportunity to let them share about what our program is all about. All right, so those are my 3 favorite team bonding activities, and these aren't just one-off trust fall things or ropes course or things like that. These are actual things that move the needle when it comes to culture and trust in your program, because athletes are learning about each other, they're being vulnerable with each other, your leaders are serving. These are the type of things that culture is built on, not these random little fun excursions that happen through the season, but aren't things that actually build the culture and the trust on your teams. So hopefully that is helpful. I would love to hear what you love to do in preseason below in the comments, or even just throughout your season for team bonding. What do you do? And if you want to learn more about specifically how to do 2 things at once, build the mental game of your players while also allowing them to connect with each other, head to our free training at coachbretraining.com.